Good afternoon, everybody. It's Lynn, the Leather Bag Lady. How are you all today? It has been a while, as it is typically that I have not been chatting with you or sharing what's going on in my world with you. It is Sunday. Where are we? We are September 14th, I think, today. It is an absolutely stunning, stunning day. Maybe one of the last beach-worthy days. A beautiful, I forgot my glasses, so I cannot see crap. But there is, I don't know if you can see the Canada flag there. I will turn the camera around. I'm in Southampton today, which I didn't realize that I have already been to with Miss Pamela. Not the same without Miss Pamela, I will absolutely guarantee you that. But it is absolutely gorgeous. There's literally no one here. It is just the most beautiful day. Gorgeous drive as always. I'm gonna flip the camera. This is just the most gorgeous spot. And there's that beautiful Canada flag that I could hear flapping behind my chair, which is way behind me. This Southampton beach has actually got a dog park. There is a group of young men over there. They are actually on a sandbar, so I haven't put my feet in the water yet, but I'm going to. And it is just, there's a little island over there with a lighthouse. I have a very strong passion for lighthouses after having a very emotional connection with Lower Lighthouse, Cape Breton, which I will be going back to at some point. It is just a beautiful, beautiful day. So I'm going to leave you with this view, just as I kind of update you with what's going on in my world. Actually, quite a bit has happened. Just this past weekend, actually, not this weekend, last weekend, my sister came to visit. Was a great it was a great 24 hours. She arrived on Friday afternoon and I took her back Saturday afternoon, and the old car died. The Pontiac Vibe finally bit the dust, which the car owed neither my dad nor I anything, because my dad gave it to me probably 12 years ago, and it was the best car ever. But the transmission went on in Burlington, so thank goodness we were close enough to home that my brother-in-law rescued us, and the car is now in car scrapyard heaven, and I am looking for something else, which is proving to be a little bit more difficult than I anticipated. Partly because I'm not 100% sure what I want, and partly because everything that I can afford is such high mileage, and I just am not sure. I'm not sure what I want to do. I want a van, but I want a vintage van, and I can't really realistically use a vintage van for a daily driver. I don't think, anyway. Looked at a couple of Astros, even some with quite low Ks, but the parts are getting troublesome to find, and I just don't want to put myself in that kind of situation. So I've been looking at a few, older cars, newer cars. I don't know what the heck I'm going to do. I've got a couple of months, but, the overthinker that I am, just starting to get a little anxious about it. The park has made some changes in their structure, which is really frustrating. When they took the park over last October, not only did they jump from an 8-month stay policy, but they were allowing us to choose the month that we could vacate for that 30-day consecutively commitment that we had to make to leave. And they've taken that away from us. So as of last Friday, I was informed that I have to vacate the park from January 15th to February 15th, which is going to make it really problematic because I have a job and my contract does not end until a year Christmas. So I've been looking around. There is a little motel in Mount Forest, but they want $3,200 for the month to stay there. I'm like, hell no. So I don't know what I'm going to do. Again, I've got a little bit of time, but really frustrated with the park owners for leaving it so late to make these pretty significant changes for people like me who, are not local. I don't have family nearby. I don't have friends nearby. And I do have a job that I really don't enjoy, but I'm not in a position to walk away from either financially. So I'm not sure. Not sure what's going on. Just try not to get too stressed out about it. When I bought my trailer, did I think it was going to be a lifelong end game for me? I didn't. Honestly, when I bought my trailer, I really did think that my soon-to-be ex-husband and I would be able to, solve our issues with some space and some counseling, but that was never going to happen. Now I see that now. And just the stability of the park. I don't want to have a park that can, at their own whim, increase fees, can change their commitment to people. I mean, this is not just a vacation home for me. This is where I live. Now, do I love this lifestyle? Abso-freaking-lutely. Am I going to continue this lifestyle if I can help it? Absolutely. Would I like to take my trailer somewhere else? Absolutely. Is my trailer movable? I do not know. So that is all information that I have to slowly gather as the weeks and months progress. Maybe thinking about trying to find a little bit of land somewhere. I don't know. I really don't know. Sometimes when you have too much choice, it's difficult to make a choice. When you don't have a choice, it's easier because you just move forward and, do the best with what you've got. So I don't know. I'm not the best at making decisions. I've lived enough life at 57 years old to know my mistakes and to learn from them and to hopefully not repeat them. So needless to say, that is why I am struggling with a car choice. I am talking myself in and out of an animal every day. I really don't want to buy another house. I really don't. But also the stress of, things changing without any type of accountability to the people that are going to be impacted by those changes. I'm not sure. So there are parks out there where you can have a land lease, you have a little bit of security, fees increase in adjacency to the inflation rate, that kind of thing, whereas our park, they just do whatever they want. They charge hydro at the amount they choose, but it's been a learning curve. It's been a huge learning curve. Again, I love this lifestyle. I absolutely want to maintain it, and I'm young enough that I've got a good 20 years at least, if not more, to be able to enjoy this lifestyle. I have a client at work who is 94 and she is still living in her trailer. She actually had a trailer in my park many years ago. As I have discovered, I've had a few surprises at the park with people that I know from other parts of my world who have just kind of stumbled upon me, and it's been like, what the heck are you doing here? So Canada Post is getting closer and closer to another strike. That saga just does not seem to be fixing itself. So as far as the business is concerned, I am anxious to get it back up and running, and I'm using kind of the new year as a bit of a platform, or I was using the new year as a bit of a platform to start over. But now I have to vacate, January, February. Started emptying my storage unit yesterday and have really kind of satisfied my curiosity as to whether I could get all that stuff in my attic room at my trailer, and it is going to fit. It is going to be a real tight squeeze. and my determination to try and rebrand my business so that I am not carrying as much stock is going to be my end game, because I have so much of it, and to kind of take it all offline and start over again with what I already have is probably where I'm going to start. I am trying to get in touch with the small business mentor that was helping me just prior to me getting my job. He was very excited with my business ideas and felt that, it was something that I could absolutely continue to do. I don't have a pension of any note. I don't have any investments of any note. I do have a bit that was left over from the house sale, but not a ton. They got in touch with me recently, which was kind of nice. They wanted some information on when the last time the roof was done. Otherwise, their insurance company was just going to default to it being an original roof. So I was able to supply the young lady that bought my house with a receipt from 2013. So she was thrilled. And we chatted back and forth. They've done a lot of work to that little house. And I knew there was a lot more hiding that I ever imagined, and she confirmed that there was, but they have contractors in the family. As she said, it took a village, and I just did not have access to that village. Even with the husband, his abilities were limited, his desire was limited, and that really presented itself with his desire to fix the trailer in Cayuga. He really wasn't interested in doing that, which I can't imagine the trailer would have been mold-free by this time, or there was a lot of water damage in that trailer, which we did not catch when we bought it. So ultimately, the trailer was worth nothing. So so it was just all kind of came at once at me last weekend. This weekend has been a little bit of a respite, just to try and get my head around everything. Yesterday, as I said, I went to the storage unit and took some stuff out of it, because I've only got the little car now, so I'm very limited as to how much I can bring back to the trailer. So that is going to be a whole bunch of visits, which is fine. Next weekend I have a birthday party to go to, and then it will be another quiet weekend. Following that, my mom's coming up, and following that, my girlfriend is coming back up one last time before the end of the season. She puts her van away, and then hopefully Pamela can get up one more time before the weather gets too crazy. And but this may well be the last beach day. It was so hot this summer. It was a 40-degree Monday, and my furnace was kicking in the same week on the weekend. It's just been so crazy. But I'm grateful for today. There really is, I don't know if you can, I can't really see what you're seeing because the sun is so shiny in my face. There's a huge beach over there, which is completely empty. A little bit of activity here, but nothing of any note. And I flip you back. So it's, we're still in a bit of a holding pattern. I have had a few of you reach out to me and just, share that you are missing the bags and missing our daily chats. And I appreciate that. And I am planning on getting back to it. As I said already, January was kind of my jump off point, but I'm not sure that's going to happen now. Just seems to be everything changes. I can't make a plan because there's so much that is not in my control. So whether I'm a control freak or not, I'm not sure. Maybe I am. But when you're on your own and you have limited resources, you're not enjoying your job, which I definitely am not. However, my colleagues, we had a new lady start a couple weeks ago, and the three of us, Manali, myself, and Krista, we have connected like crazy, and it's wonderful. We've got a new girl starting Tuesday, so hopefully that's as equally a good fit. We've struggled with some of the part-time staff, so it's been a crazy 4 or 5 months at this job. Not at all what I was expecting. So who knows, like I said, who knows how long I'll be able to stick it out. But so far, so good. Still at the gym 4 days a week. My knee is getting much better. That was the fall at Port Dover in June, Friday the 13th. Finally got some anti-inflammatory medication, which seems to have been a great help. Have had a little bit of a wonky mammogram recently. That's another thing that's been on my mind. Was very, very delinquent in getting that done as a lady in her late 50s now. But so that is something I'm going to have to monitor. I don't think it's a huge deal. There is a nodule, which is kind of in between being nothing to be concerned about and something to be concerned about. So that is scary a little bit and did make me, just kind of dealing with it by myself. I missed my husband actually when that news came to me. It was just something that, not that I necessarily think he would have done anything, but just to have that person to give me a hug or, whatever. It was, I don't know, it was kind of weird. It was just a bit of a moment of, I wish I could call him and tell him, which that's not going to happen. But, you know what, you get these things that are very emotional and you just default to where you were, right? But got some new stuff on the horizon in that department. Not really quite ready to share it yet, but that is something that is being taken very slowly, and so far so good. Off the dating sites, just concentrating on this one connection that I've made, and so far so good. As I said, there is a huge distance mileage gap between the two of us, but we're actually quite happy with that, and it definitely was the footprint that I wanted for any connection moving forward. It's been what, 14, 15 months now? No, actually it's been 16 months now. Wow, time flies. And it's been good. It's been good. I'm still listening to my podcasts. I'm not with Ted anymore, my counselor. That, it's time to kind of just move on by myself now. But he is always available if I need to reach out. So I'm going to go, what time is it now? It is 1:30. I think I'm going to spend another hour and a half here and then head home. It's about an hour and 45-minute drive. Beautiful drive. The colors are starting to change ever so slowly. Planning on heading back up north Thanksgiving weekend, and the colors I'm sure are going to be amazing. So I'm looking forward to that. And that is about it. People are walking the boardwalk here. There's been some people in the water. I think I might dip my toes in now just to say that I was here and actually went in the lake. Not 100% sure what lake this is. Lake Huron, I'm not sure. And I forgot my glasses, so I can't even look at anything because my eyes are getting so bad. But anyway, everybody, I hope you're all having a great end to the summer. We're hanging in there. September 21st is first day of fall. So the weather has been nuts. It's been, my furnace has kicked on a few times and absolutely not ready to say goodbye to this great situation where I can, take a nice, beautiful country drive and end up at a beautiful beach. So enjoy the rest of your day, everybody. Leatherbag Lady out.